we live in a toxic world that's getting more toxic. So, things like EMFs, molds, chemicals, radiation, all these things can trigger allergic reactions, which isn't directly connected to alpha-gal, but it is because of the limbic system that is overactive due to, alpha-gal syndrome or other underlying infections or nutritional deficiencies and imbalances as well. How long does alpha-gal syndrome last? Is it something you have to deal with forever? And what can you do to increase your chances of healing from this condition? Alpha-gal syndrome is, first of all, it's a condition that is caused by a tick bite, specifically the Lone Star tick. And what happens is, when the tick bites you, it introduces saliva into your body that contains a carbohydrate called alpha-galactose 1,3-galactose. This carbohydrate is found in mammals and mammal byproducts, and for whatever reason, we don't really know why, the immune system flags this carbohydrate as a threat, right? It creates an antibody to this carbohydrate. So now whenever you come into contact with it, you have allergic reactions. Allergic reactions can look different for everybody. All right, so with this condition, some people might have more digestive related issues, such as diarrhea, bloating. Some other people might have more skin type of reactions, where you get hives and itchiness and red flushing of the skin. Other people might be more neurological, might be depression, anxiety, brain fog, and things like migraines as well. And then of course there's also the extreme full-on anaphylaxis. So with the research we have right now, it shows that most people after 5 years start to see really good improvements and recover, and may even heal from it completely if they're not bitten by another tick, another Lone Star tick that carries this alpha-gal type within the 5 years, right? So this is what they're saying. So if it's been more than 5 years and you still have it, then they're not optimistic about it, right? Like the research that's out on it right now. I'm someone that's had it for more than 5 years, but for 4 out of those 5 years, I had no idea what was going on with me because doctors couldn't figure it out. And by the way, my name is Gabriel. I was a personal trainer that got really sick from alpha-gal syndrome and a lot of environmental related illnesses such as mold. So I went to school to get certified as a functional nutritionist and learn how to heal myself. So what can you do to create an environment that's optimal for healing with this? Because I don't like to just agree with the media that, oh yeah, you can't get better from this. I believe there's a reason and a cause and a root issue for everything. And if people aren't able to get better from this, there's just something we don't know, right? And one day we will. But maybe right now we just don't know. But what I do know is that you're going to have your best chance of not only healing from alpha-gal syndrome, but optimizing your health to where you feel even better than you did before the condition. And it starts with the roots of all health, which is digestion, inflammation, and gene expression. So you want to look to the gut and focus on healing the gut, removing the inflammatory triggers, right? Looking to other things in your environment that are damaging to the gut, such as extreme stress, also gluten, foods and vegetables high in pesticides, inflammatory grains. Remove these things and also consume quality probiotics and think about supporting the gut microbiome and addressing nutritional deficiencies. Just have gene expression, so creating an environment that is optimal for your genes to express, because we're not doomed by our genes, right? The environment triggers the gene. So some people might be prone to Alzheimer's, someone else might be prone to depression, but something in the environment has to happen for this gene to be expressed and for you to have issues. So create an environment that's optimal for gene expression, and inflammation, right? The immune system. Once again, the other two things are going to really support this, but thinking about the limbic system, right? And one of the things that I coach with people on is limbic retraining. So rewiring the nervous system, but also the system of the body that determines if your environment's safe, okay? Because when you have experienced something that's traumatic mentally and physically, and alpha-gal syndrome seems to cover all those things, the part of the body that assesses if the environment is safe basically gets out of whack, right? And it becomes overprotective, and anything that could be somewhat of a threat, which we live in a toxic world that's getting more toxic. So, things like EMFs, molds, chemicals, radiation, all these things can trigger allergic reactions, which isn't directly connected to alpha-gal, but it is because of the limbic system that is overactive due to, alpha-gal syndrome or other underlying infections or nutritional deficiencies and imbalances as well. All right, so to sum things up, the science right now is saying that if you've had it for longer than 5 years, it's probably going to be a lifetime thing, but we don't know that. Okay, so I wouldn't get discouraged by that information. What I want you to take away from this is an immune dysfunction condition. Okay, if you create an environment that is optimal for your immune function, optimal for digestion, and optimal for your nervous system, you can't not live a healthy life, right? If you remove all the inflammatory triggers in your environment and optimize your health, you can't not live a healthy life. So I'm here to support you any way I can, and I'll be making more videos on this condition and other functional health topics. I'm just sitting outside this morning, getting my grounding on. Got my fire pit, which is all wet right now because it rained last night. So no fire this morning. That's okay. I'll get it next time. Maybe you heard any racket in the background of the video. That is from these guys over here, which are my wife's rabbits. My wife's breeding rabbits, and they're precious. Let me show you this thing. Oh, scared it. It's being bashful. Let's see. Oh. Yep, that's the male. So we have 2 females and 1 male right now. So he's got his work cut out for him. But I'll see you guys next time.